Hello everybody and welcome back to the San Francisco Giants franchise here on MLB 18 The Show. And before we get into this one, the Giants made a trade and it's a pretty big one, I'd say. Definitely an interesting one. Let me just quickly load in here, franchise, and continue it. The Giants from April 1st. Here we go. Might not look like anything big. Who's the Giants starter? The Giants' newest addition, Sean Manaea. Sean Manaea is a San Francisco Giant. Welcome to the team. There you go, Sean Manaea. He, I don't know, what did he do in his first start? Well, it'd be easier to look at it this way, wouldn't it? In his first start, he won, going 9 innings and striking out 8, allowing no runs. Had a great first game. So, now what? What am I supposed to do about that? That's whatever. What'd they do? Well, that's great, isn't it? Wait, hold on. I don't know what they just did. I don't really care. Whatever, here we go, the Giants. Starting off this game against the Rockies. Rockies, I don't know. But what I do know is that they are going to be wearing they're going to be wearing purple uniforms with those hats and road pants. Oops, don't want to be the Rockies. I'm going to be our Giants. Let's do this. Sean Manaea takes the mound. You see there, Jonathan Schoop, 1 RBI behind Scooter Jeanette for first in RBIs in the National League. Schoop had a great first series. He's hitting .462. Ooh, it messed up our lineups big time. Ooh, what are we hitting with? Oh, this is a weird lineup, but we'll roll with it for this game, and if I remember, I'll change it for the next one. You see there in AT&T Park, the home of, yes, the San Francisco Giants, can Manaea throw yet another great outing on the mound? Well, let's find out. Full count on DJ LeMahieu to start off the game, and it is fouled off, and we will do it again. So Manaea, he gets the sign from Buster Posey. He will kick and fire. Ground ball. Brandon Crawford. He is out. There we go. That's the way to start off the game. Alright, now Gerardo Parra up. To get Sean Manaea, we traded Tim Lincecum and some other not very huge parts of the team. Alright, there we go. Andrew McCutchen catches it for out number 2, and now Charlie Blackmon steps in. I can't believe the game had to go and mess up our lineup like that. And I really liked our lineup. Whatever. 1-2 count. Manaea. Ooh. Wow, I thought Charlie Blackmon may have just gone deep off Manaea here, but he didn't. Manaea will get a foul ball hit. Okay, chasing after it, Andrew McCutchen. He'll get there, and the inning's over. See McCutchen, he goes over, says something to a fan, believe he gives him the ball, and then heads back to the dugout. Hopefully he'll get to hit in this inning, even though he's hitting 7th in this game. 2-2 count on Odubel Herrera, and I believe Odubel Herrera's just gone deep for the first time in a Giants uniform. See ya later. A leadoff home run for the Giants. Odubel Herrera. Wow. gone off the bat. There was no doubt about it. Eric Hosmer started off the year pretty slowly. Evan Longoria was traded away to the San Diego Padres for for Eric Hosmer. And Hosmer, with 2 home runs on the year, both of them have been hit into McCovey Cove. Look at that. That ball was also gone by a mile. We're on the normal difficulty that we usually play on. 1-2 count as Buster Posey steps in. And swing and a miss on strike 3 in the dirt. Posey's thrown out. After back-to-back jacks to start off the game. Chad Bettis, this is his first outing of the year. It's not going so great for him. 2-1 count, Jonathan Schoop steps in. Ooh. Jonathan Schoop, 1 home run shy of 60 on the year last year. 2-2 count. Their count runs full as he hit 59 home runs. Crazy year for him. Ended up bringing home the National League MVP honors as he fouls that one off. So, I mean, he's well on his way to taking home those honors again this year. He rips that one into left field and just off the wall. Oh, that was almost his 3rd home run of the year. Instead, he will have a 1-out double here in the 1st. Now Mike Moustakas up, 1-1 count. The Giants, sometimes they just have innings where they cannot be stopped. Kind of like this one. Mike Moustakas puts it right into it. Gone. The 3rd home run of the inning. Chad Bettis, he's just not having a good day. He's not a good pitcher, but even bad pitchers have better innings than this. 0-2 count on Chris Davis. Make it a 1-2 count. Alright, come on. Let's do this. 1-2 count. Ooh, Davis almost hit the 4th home run of the inning. Like I said, maybe Andrew McCutchen might come up this inning. I think he's almost certain to come up. I don't think there's any way that... I think he has to come up because he's on deck and there's only 1 out. 1-2 count, Chris Davis still up. Fouled off again. So, count stays at 1-2. Chad Bettis has already thrown 23 pitches here in the 1st. And he strikes out Chris Davis on the 24th. And that brings up Andrew McCutchen. He didn't have a bad year last year, and he's doing pretty good to start off this year. He's hitting .417 with 1 home run and 5 RBIs. 1-1 count on him from Bettis is grounded to 3rd. Arenado fields throw to 1st. Inning over. So after a rough 1st inning from Chad Bettis, Sean Manaea looks to continue his good outing. Here in the top of the 2nd, that's lasered over to 2nd. Schoop fields, throws out Arenado for out number 1. Never Trevor. Now Trevor Story steps in, and, well, he will slap one into the gap. That's at least a double. Herrera took a bit of time getting it in. He got it in kind of quickly, but it will be a 1-out triple for Trevor Story. Now a 1-2 count as Chris Iannetta steps in for the Rockies, and he will go down looking on strike 3. 2 down for Ian Desmond. Manaea misses with that one. 3-1 count. Walter Chen on deck for the Rockies. Full count now on Desmond. Manaea will get a foul ball, and we'll do the full count once more. And that one's fouled off the other way. Still a full count. Desmond battling here. Ground ball to short. Crawford. First. Inning over. Good pick from Hosmer. There you go. Now a 3-1 count. Brandon Crawford up. We'll skip ahead a bit here. Crawford would reach on an error. Sean Manaea bunts him over. Odubel Herrera doubles and drives him in. Now Eric Hosmer would step in. He went deep in his first at-bat. A 1-2 count on him now from Bettis. 1 out, 1 on. Hosmer fouls it off, and we will do the 1-2 count once more. Okay. Here we go. The 1-2 pitch on Hosmer. Herrera takes off, and Hosmer hits it foul. So we will do it again. 1-2 count. Herrera takes off. And he fooled the catcher, Cristianetta, and he will swipe second. Wow. And the count runs 2-2. Wow, good base running from Odubel Herrera. And then that's a fly ball into center field. Should be deep enough. Tagging is Odubel Herrera. He will score. And it's 6-0 Giants. And Buster Posey steps in. What would Posey... What will Posey do? He will walk, and that'll bring up Jonathan Schoop, who doubled in his last at-bat. A 3-1 count on Schoop. Of course, you don't want to walk him, but you also don't want to give him one of those. Deep left field, and Jonathan Schoop gets that one, gives that one a ride. See you later. Jonathan Schoop with a moonshot. Bettis done after 1 2/3 here. A single to start off the inning for the Rockies. Manaea now gets the pitcher bunts. He hits a ground ball, and Giants almost turn it into a double play. They get the runner going to second. Kyle Freeland, the pitcher, beats it out by a step. And now DJ LeMahieu steps in with a 1-1 count, and that is hit up the middle. Herrera will field throw it into second, and there are 2 on with only 1 out. And now Gerardo Parra up. Swings and misses on that one, and the count is 1-2. Parra hits a ground ball. They won't be able to get LeMahieu. Just the way the ball was hit, not a great place for it to be hit in the Giants situation. And that makes it 2 outs with 2 in scoring position. And Charlie Blackmon up. It's a 2-1 count on Blackmon. 2-2 count as Manaea just barely gets that one in there. Gets the call, and then the count runs full as he misses with a slider. Nolan Arenado on deck. And that is hit. It gets down. Odubel Herrera he fields it fine, and 2 runs come in off the RBI single from Charlie Blackmon. And that changeup's in there. 1-2 count. Manaea misses. Posey's throw to second's good, but late, and the count's 2-2. Manaea gets a foul ball from Arenado. We will do it again. And the 2-2 pitch is going to be grounded. Schoop, first, inning over. But the Rockies do get 2. Well, Manaea finally gives up some runs this year. And, you knew it would come. Andrew McCutchen walks. Giants don't score after getting 4 in the previous 2 innings. And then we would pick up with the Giants batting order here. in the bottom of the fourth. The top of their order starts off the bottom of the fourth is what I was trying to get across there. 1-2 count on Odubel Herrera here from Kyle Freeland. Freeland will kick and fire. Check swing. They say Odubel went. And that ends his at-bat. Eric Hosmer, I believe it said he's 1 for 1 in the game after walking in his last at-bat. He did hit that solo shot, that solo shot in the first. Almost hit another one there. 2-2 count. Hosmer will hit a ground ball to first. Field steps on first. Out number 2. And that will bring up Buster Posey, who is 0 for 1 in the game. See what he can do here. 1-1 count. And he hits a pop-up to shortstop. Trevor Story's there, inning over. So, the Giants can't score. Now, Miles Harper, he steps in here to pinch hit. He flies out. Now he gives up a double to Parra, hits Blackman, but then strikes out the next batter. Schoop steps in here. Homered in his last at-bat, doubled in the at-bat before, as Mike Dunn is on the mound. 3-0 count on Schoop, and that is fouled off. So it'll be a 3-1 count on Jonathan Schoop. Come on. Schoop almost always has 3 balls on him, and then the pitchers have to give him something to hit, and he does hit it. But now the count runs full on Schoop. And here we go. He hits it pretty well to center, not super well, just in front of the warning track, and he is out number 1. Mike Moustakas up. He will single. Chris Davis strikes out. And Andrew McCutchen comes up here with a 3-1 count. Alright. Here we go. And McCutchen turns that one around deep to left field. And the Giants lead by 8. 10-2 lead for the Giants here as McCutchen goes deep. Now Brandon Crawford steps up. And here we go. The 1-1 pitch from Dunn is a terrible swing from Crawford. Crawford would end up striking out. 2 runners on with 2 runners out. David Dahl up. Sean Manaea walks him, and DJ LeMahieu up with the bases loaded. 1-1 count on LeMahieu, and he misses a home run by a matter of inches there. 1-2 pitch is laser to second. Schoop gets him, and the inning's over. So Sean Manaea through 6, only 2 runners scored, though he's not having the best outing. And his outing will end here as Josh Harrison will come in to pinch hit for him. 3-1 count on Josh Harrison. Manaea, not a great outing, not a bad one either. He will get the win. Josh Harrison walks to start off the inning, and that can only mean trouble for the Rockies as Odubel Herrera steps in next. A 1-1 count on him. Chris Rusin on the mound, and he gets a foul ball there from, hit the catcher. From Herrera, 1-2 count now. Josh Harrison takes off. And Herrera lines that one into right field. And that was just hit to a bad spot for the Giants as Harrison's doubled up. Now Eric Hosmer steps in. He's 1 for 2 in the game. 1-1 count on him now. And he will hit a ground ball foul to first. Okay, so the 1-2 count. Hosmer hits it pretty well into right center field, carrying a bit and it falls. And Hosmer never slowed down as he's rounding third, going for it all. A throw is not a good one and an inside the park home run. Now, are they going to call this an error? I'm not sure. Will it tell us? It will not. Maybe. They may have called that an error. 0-2 count. Buster Posey. Ground ball to Arenado. Arenado, one of, if not the best fielding third baseman in baseball, throws out Posey easily. So, Kelvin Herrera comes into the game here in the top of the 7th. Not quite sure what he's going to do. Not quite, well, by that, I mean, I don't know how long he's going to be out on the mound. Gives up a solo home run to Parr to start off his outing, though. That's not good. Now Jonathan Schoop up, who's hitting .500 on the year. He's 2 for 3 in this one. 1-1 count on Schoop now, here in the bottom of the 7th, and he will ground it to third. Arenado throws him out. 1 away. Arenado really hardly, almost never messes up a play. And he's showing it there. He makes a good throw over to first. And there's 1 away. Single for Mike Moustakas. Then a walk from Chris Davis and Andrew McCutchen, who's 1 for 2. With a solo, or with a 2-run home run in the last game. Here we go. 1-1 count. Hit hard down the third base line, but foul. And the count will go 1-2. Chris Rusin still on the mound for the Rockies. McCutchen slaps it shallowly, not shallowly, that's not the right word, lightly to shortstop, and he is out number 2. Now a 3-2 count on Brandon Crawford here. And he hits that one into right field. They are not going to send the runner, and that is a 2-out single from Crawford. Doesn't do anything. So Herrera's day is going to end, as there's no chance that I let him hit. We're going to bring in Austin Jackson. 1-1 count, Austin Jackson. He's hitting .357 on the year as he started a good amount. 1-1 count, make it a 1-2 count as he swings and misses there. 1-2 count. Rusin looking to get out of a jam. Austin Jackson won't let him. He hits it, to left field. Great play by Parra to end the inning. And looks like Mark Melancon will be brought in here, most likely to try and get 6 outs. Let's see what he can do. He will get a pop out, an error from Ian Desmond. Runner ends up scoring in some fashion. Single from Odubel Herrera. That'll bring up Eric Hosmer here. An 0-2 count. 0-2 count. Herrera takes off. Hosmer checks his swing. Odubel will be called out at second, and Hosmer also did not, well, he checked his swing, but the pitch was a strike. No, he didn't check his swing. Never mind. And now a 1-1 count on Buster Posey. Could be the final Giant to bat in this one. Swing and a miss there. And Posey will ground out. And Trevor Story up with 2 away and 1 on. Melancon will get a foul ball, and we'll do it again, of course. Full count pitch, fouled off again. Way to ruin it, Trevor. The full count pitch, hit into center field. Odubel Herrera has a long way to run. He dives, he can't get there. That is down into Triple's alley. McCutchen gets there, but not before Story. It's in, but not even in the infield. Story has stand up inside the park home run. Whew. A lot of words. Now a 6-11 lead for the Giants. Melanson, of course, not happy about that. Just needs to forget about it and work on... No, this current batter. Look at that play there by the third base coach. Wow, this has been almost a half hour. Oh, and that ball's driven well. Davis, no chance at catching it. Okay, then. 1-1 count on Ian Desmond. He slaps that one into right center field, and it's into Triples Alley. McCutchen, he'll throw it in, and Desmond's going to go all the way. Throw to the plate is not in time. An 8-11 game as Mark Melanson is having a total breakdown. Will Smith will come into the game to try and put the Rockies away. He wasn't even warming up because I think the Giants, they thought Melanson had this. Obviously he did not. And, wow, even without being warmed up, Smith comes in and sends down the Giants to end the inning and the game. Will Smith, he'll get the save. Sean Manaea, he gets the win. That was a long game, so we're really just going to skip through this second game quickly and then, of course, play the series finale. Okay, so Ty Block versus John Gray. Okay, here we go. I remember the lineups. There's just no point in fixing them yet. Block not having a great starting outing as he gives up a run in the second. Nothing terrible comes out of it. Okay, had a rough fourth, but luckily got out of it. Eric Hosmer singles home a run, and this game is tied. That way, pitching change as Enny Romero comes in. He gives up a solo home run and then gets out of the inning. And Romero, his outing is over like that. As Young Juan O will come into the game. A single for Odubel Herrera. We'll pick things up here. The bottom of the eighth. Jonathan Schoop up. No hits in this one. Jake McGee on the mound for the Giants for the Rockies, as the Rockies lead it by 1. I believe there's 2 away here in the bottom of the 8th with 1 on. Jonathan Schoop up. 1-1 count on Schoop. Wade Davis warming up in the bullpen for the Rockies. McGee gets Schoop to foul it off, and it'll be a 1-2 count. One-two count. Odubel Herrera takes off. Strike 3 in the dirt. And Schoop will be thrown out. So the Rockies lead it. And O will stay in the game here in the top of the 9th. Sends the Rockies down 1-2-3. Wade Davis comes in looking to put the Giants away. Here in the bottom of the 9th, 1-1 count. Mike Moustakas will lead things off. Davis gets the sign, and Moustakas fouls it off. So a 1-2 count on Moustakas. Here we go. 1-2 count. Fouled off again. So Mike Moustakas is not going to go down without a fight. He never does. Here we go. The 1-2 pitch from Davis is hit in foul territory. Maybe that ball's curving back in. It's deep. It almost clears the wall in fair territory. Why does it say we have 83 splash hits? I get that our team's hit a lot of home runs this year, but I don't think we've hit 83, especially into the Cove alone. 2-1 count. Chris Davis up. Make it a 3-1 count. Andrew McCutchen on deck. He's been a walk-off hero many a times in this franchise. The 3-1 pitch is grounded into the shift, and Davis is thrown out for out number 2. 2 away here in the bottom of the 9th for Andrew McCutchen. A 1-1 count on Kutch. Here we go. Check swing, and the count runs 1-2. The 1-2 count. Davis gets the sign from Iannetta. He will fire it home. Strike 3, swinging. McCutchen not happy. Giants lose, and the Rockies, they steal one here in San Francisco. And the rubber match will decide who wins the series right now. Now here we go. Quickly gonna fix these. So, no. So our normal right versus right-hander lineup is going to be this. Okay, here is a problem. Eric Hosmer will hit 6, maybe. Posey will hit 6. Hosmer will hit 4. Moustakas will hit 5. And then Davis, Crawford, and the pitcher. And I don't know. Davis and Odubel will switch out, I think. So versus right-handers, Davis will play. And then left-handers, it will be... No, it will be Odubel playing. Yes. And then... Okay, let me make sure our lineup's good. Then it'll be Hosmer, Posey, Moustakas, Crawford. Okay. Here we go. I fixed up our lineups. James Paxton takes the mound. Great outing in his first game. See if he can do it again here in his second. Here we go. 3-3 the Rockies, 3-2 the Giants. They win every series, they'll finish with a good record. James Paxton struck out 15, gave up 5 hits, and threw a complete game shutout in his first one. Now Tyler Anderson, he threw 4 2/3 innings, struck out 2, and has a 13.50 ERA as opposed to James Paxton's 0.00. Now, DJ LeMahieu to lead things off. Paxton will get a ground ball to second. Schoop throws it to first, and that is the first out of the inning, just like that. Now a 2-1 count as Gerardo Parra steps in. He hits a bunt over to third. Moustakas fields, throws it to first. That's out number 2. And James Paxton looking to just make very quick work of the Rockies here in the first to save himself some energy, and I think he will as that ball's hit into right field. Andrew McCutchen is there, and the inning is over. Paxton throws 8. Good inning. Now Austin Jackson will lead things off here in the bottom of the first with an 0-2 count for the San Francisco Giants. Tyler Anderson on the mound for the Rockies, and he gives a changeup that Austin Jackson wants back. An 0-2 count on Jackson. Here we go. Anderson will kick, and he will fire home. Grounded to short. Story fields and throws out Austin Jackson by a step. for out number 1. Yeah. Now Andrew McCutchen up. 1-1 count. Here we go. 1 out. Andrew McCutchen lines it into left field fair, and nobody is there. That'll be a stand-up double for Andrew McCutchen, who, honestly, it's probably going to be 3 Giants #1 for MVP this year. 3-1 count now on Jonathan Schoop. Schoop, McCutchen, and I'm not even sure. Hosmer's having a great year. Moustakis. Austin Jackson's having a great year. Like, it could be anybody. Now Eric Hosmer up. 1 out and 2 on. Here we go. 1-1 count. And he just clubs that way up in the air. And McCutchen, he's going to tag. He's safe at third standing. Now there's 2 away with runners on the corners for Buster Posey. So, hold on. Let me check something. 1, 2, 3. 3 former MVPs are in this Giants lineup, including a current MVP in Jonathan Schoop. Andrew McCutchen won it in 2013. Buster Posey won it in, I believe, 2010. So the Giants, they don't end up scoring. James Paxton hopefully will continue pitching well here. In the bottom of the second, as Arenado fouls that one off, and the count will run to 1-2, and it's hit well into left field. Odubel Herrera there for out number 1. Why can I just, like, at some points talk pretty well and fast, and then at other points just completely mess up my words? I don't know. Alright, here we go. A 1-2 count, and Trevor Story will pop that one up to second. Under it is Schoop. Never mind. Under it is Hosmer, and that is out number 2. Now a 1-2 count on Chris Iannetta. And he slaps it to third. Great play by Mike Moustakis. Wow. Speaking of him, Mike Moustakis steps in here in the bottom of the second inning. The 1-1 count. Anderson will fire it to the plate. Moustakis fouls it off. Odubel Herrera would single, but nothing comes of it because I was smart and I was so smart and I accidentally bunted with 2 outs with James Paxton. Full count pitch now. Ian Desmond strikes out as Paxton picks up, I believe, his first of the game. Yes. Now Walter Chang steps in here, and it'll be a 1-2 count as Paxton misses there. So the 1-2 pitch once again. That ball popped up, and under it will be the third baseman, Mike Moustakis, and that is out number 2. Now Tyler Anderson steps in with a 1-1 count, make it a 1-2 count. With 2 away, and Paxton will strike him out for out number 3. And so Paxton, 3 great innings to start it off. Tyler Anderson, though, only allowed 2 hits in the first 2 innings to probably the best hitting team in baseball right now, the San Francisco Giants. Now, wow, great play by Trevor Story there at shortstop. That is out number 1. Now Andrew McCutchen with a 1-1 count will step in. See what he can do here. The 1-1 pitch is slapped into left field, and, well, he doubled in his first at-bat and will line out here. Now Jonathan Schoop, he walked in his first at-bat. A 1-1 count on him here. The 1-1 pitch from Anderson is Swung on and missed, and it'll be a 1-2 count. Schoop does not have great discipline, but he does have pretty good, well, just this. Never mind, not that. He does foul off a lot of balls, though, so. Ooh, my ears are ringing. That's not good. Okay, here we go. The 1-2 count. And Schoop will just miss it there. And it is a 1-2 count. So the 1-2 pitch from Anderson is hit into center field. Under it, Blackman. Inning over. So, nothing going. Paxton, he steps back in here in the top of the fourth. A 1-1 count on DJ LeMahieu, who hits a pop-up. Schoop under it. That's out number 1. The big hitters in why? In the Rockies lineup. Oh, what a bad call. 2-1 count now. They're really not hitting anything here. And that is a little blooper that will be caught by Brandon Crawford in shallow center. But yeah, they're really not getting it done with the bats here. So a 3-1 count on Charlie Blackman, and the count will now be full. A 3-2 count on Charlie Blackman, and Charlie Blackman will end up striking out after leading in the count. So now Eric Hosmer steps in. He grounds out. Buster Posey pops out. Mike Moustakas grounds out. So James Paxton once again will take the mound. The top of the fifth, Nolan Arenado up. 2-1 count on Arenado. And Paxton gives Arenado a cutter high and inside. Arenado crushed it, but it just does go foul. And the count now is full on Nolan Arenado. Paxton gets the sign from Buster Posey, and Arenado goes down looking, and Paxton picks up another strikeout. Now a 1-1 count as Trevor Story steps in, and he will ground that one up the middle for a base hit. So Trevor Story, he picks up the first base hit of the game for the Rockies here in the top of the fifth inning. And 1-1 count. Doesn't look like that's going to phase James Paxton, finally giving up a hit as McCutchen catches a fly ball there for out number 2. No base runners through 4 1/3 for Paxton. Then he finally gives up a base hit. Now Ian Desmond will strike out, and that'll end the inning. So here we go. Now Brandon Crawford up. So as well as Paxton may be pitching, Tyler Anderson is pretty much matching him until now. Now there are 2 runners out, or 2 runners on with 2 outs. The bottom of the fifth, 1-1 count. Andrew McCutchen up, and he will just miss it. That ball was so close to being fair. Instead, the count will run 1-2. 1-2 count, and McCutchen ends up striking out. So Paxton still out there on the mound, 1-2 count, and that's another strikeout. That's 6 for him. He struck out 15 in his first game of the season. Now a 1-1 count, make it a 2-1 count as Tyler Anderson steps in. And the count is now 2-2 as Anderson doesn't get anything done with that swing. The 2-2 pitch is hit into right field. Andrew McCutchen catches it, and that is out number 2. So both of these starters having great games, but both of these starters have no offense to help them out. 2-2 count. That ball's hit into left field, but still. That That's all great and all. That's great and all, but there's no offense to be heard. Jonathan Schoop steps in with a 1-1 count in the bottom of the 6th. Anderson gets the sign, and Schoop, well, he didn't get the memo that he's supposed to get a base hit as he fouls that one off. For strike 2. The 1-2 count, Schoop will slap that one through, and that will be a base hit. Okay. A leadoff single for the Giants could be what they needed. Now Eric Hosmer up with a 2-1 count. And that slap double play. Unlucky. Very unlucky for the Giants. 2-2 count as Buster Posey steps in. That's just very unfortunate. 2-2 count. Tyler Anderson gives Buster Posey one he likes. And I guess Posey, well, out of the pitcher's duel, looks like, well, I wouldn't say that either pitch, if it's a quick draw, then I wouldn't say that Paxton pulled out a gun and shot Tyler Anderson. I'd say that Tyler Anderson accidentally, like, I don't know, it was in his pocket, the gun was in his pocket, and he shot himself in the leg. I don't know what I'm talking about. The Giants lead it 1-0. A ground out, and that will end the inning, though. So a 1-0 lead for the Giants here in the top of the 7th. 2-1 count. That is fouled off, and the count will run 2-2. 2-2 pitch. Fouled off. Great. So we will do the 2-2 count once more. Come on. Come on. James Paxton slaps it foul. Now the 2-2 count once more. Strike 3 looking, and down goes Parra. Here we go. Now Charlie Blackmon steps in with a 3-1 count. And that is hit, and that is a base hit. The Rockies' second of the game. That's it. 2 here in the top of the 7th. And here we go. Nolan Arenado steps in. Full count pitch. Paxton gets lucky. That was fouled off. The count will stay 3-2. And that is also fouled off. Who will win this battle? Arenado or Paxton? It will be James Paxton as he strikes out Nolan Arenado for out number 2. Trevor Story steps in with a 1-1 count here. And that is slapped to second. Schoop bobbles it. He will still get it over to first to end the inning. As James Paxton, he has 8 strikeouts on the game. So, Tyler Anderson's day ends. And James Paxton, can he continue pitching great here in the top of the 8th? That's grounded. 2 short. Crawford out number 1. Wow. James Paxton. Full count on Ian Desmond. And that is hit into right field. And Andrew McCutchen catches it for out number 2. James Paxton is having... I'm not going to say anything till after the game. Strike 3 swing, and that's 9 on the game for Paxton. Miles Harper, mad. And here we go. Austin Jackson will lead things off in the bottom of the 8th with a 3-1 count. Let's see if Paxton can get a bit of insurance to help him out. And that was hit fairly well by Jackson into left, out number 1. Andrew McCutchen, he's 1 for 3 in the game. He got the first hit of the game and a full count on him now. See what he can do here. The 3-2 pitch is swung on and hit well into left center. Andrew McCutchen. See you later, Andrew McCutchen. A solo shot of his own. The only 2 runs of the game have both come off solo shots. Now Jonathan Schoop steps in with a 1-1 count. And it'll be a 1-2 count as Schoop, I don't know, that just was not his pitch. Tried checking it, but it was in the zone anyways. 1-2 count. And Schoop hits it fairly well into right center, not very well. And that is at number 2. Eric Hosmer will step in with a 1-1 count and 2 away in the bottom of the 8th. Let's see what he can do. Ooh, he slaps that foul into the camera well. 1-2 count now on Hosmer. Hosmer will foul it off. So the 1-2 count once more on Eric Hosmer. And he will hit a fly ball in the right center field. That's way up in the air, not very deep. Inning over. We head to the top of the 9th in a 2-0 game. It is still anybody's game. James Paxton, 10 on the game, foul tip, and David Dahl goes down on strikes. Now here we go. DJ LeMahieu will step in here with 1 out and a 1-1 count in the 9th. Fly ball in the center. Austin Jackson, 2 away. Gerardo Parra up. A 1-1 count on him. And that is hit in the right. And for the second time in as many starts, James Paxton throws a complete game shutout. He gets double-digit strikeouts again. So in 2 starts, well, let me go to the statistics just to make sure I get it right, but this is crazy. This is actually crazy. James Paxton, in 2 starts, he is 2-0, 18 innings pitched with 25 strikeouts, a 0.00 ERA, and a 0.50 WHIP. Let me look at awards currently. MVP. Wow. Schoop, you see he won it in 2018. Now look at this. 2 Giants up there for Cy Young. Andrew McCutchen. As good of a year he's having. It's not even standing out compared to some of the other players in the league. That'll wrap up this episode of the San Francisco Giants franchise. Thank you for watching. It's been a pretty good episode, I'd say. And next episode, we play the Pittsburgh Pirates to start off a road trip. See you in the next one.